Look, there's a spirit fossil! What's it doing here? Its mana is completely gone.
It's because Olympian soldiers used a Spyrix here.
What? Olympian soldiers were here?
Yeah, the day after I fought with Alvin. You had a terrible fever from your injury, so I'm not surprised you didn't notice.
Did you beat them?
No, they were just passing through here as they fought with soldiers from Rashagal. All I did was hide out in the shed. Pretty lame, I know.
I'm surprised you didn't step out and fight.
If I'd gone out there and gotten killed, you'd have been all alone. What I really need to do lies elsewhere. Now come on, let's go.
Yeah, you're right.
This cannot be. Could she have reacted in ways I did not foresee? Someone must have been influencing Mila, possibly controlling her. Did the Four share with her the truth? Impossible. They would never disobey my command. Mila, why did you stray from the path? I know not what to make of this.
Ah! What's going on?
Ah! Somebody help! This is terrible!
And unfortunately, not surprising. Olympian soldiers are popping up in cities across Riza Maxia.
Because Gillen's gone now?
That's part of it, no doubt. But on top of that...
Stay back, you hear me? Don't make me hurt you!
He's terrified. It's Muse, isn't it?
She's been swatting them like flies.
Stop! I'll handle this.
Please, provide support.
Freeze, Lanza!
Always one step ahead.
Go, Chipo! Sharing is caring!
Forward. Always one step ahead.
I'm ready!
Now!
Have this!
Chiefon, get off of me!
You get along so well!
Freeze! All of you!
So you survived after all.
Gaius!
Throw him in a cell. These people are with me.
Stop it! Let me go!
Come quietly, or else!
All of Olympius will die at this rate! What did we do to deserve this?
Gillen said the same thing.
Wow, Gaius, when did you start ordering around Rashagal troops?
Everyone in Rashagal succumbed to terror and panic after Noctigal's death. I led them from the chaos.
Wow, that's some trick!
What exactly are you doing here in Fenmont?
We are working with the Rashagal military to salvage the Lance of Kresnik from the bottom of the ocean.
Why? What do you want with the lance now?
Exodus may be gone, but it's unlikely they've abandoned their otherworld reactor plan. I will put a stop to it. And you? What of your plans?
We want to talk with Muse.
Why come find me?
We heard you've been fighting her, so we figured you might know something.
Your Highness, we're ready to set sail.
Good. Come to the Sea Haven.
How come?
Come with me, and you may get your chance to see Muse.
We should join him.
Okay. Mr. Eldon?
Dr. Jude! Hey, good news. You're in the clear now. Between Gillen's betrayal and the Exodus situation, no one cares about your charges anymore. When everything calms down, they may want you to come in and answer some questions, but it won't be a big deal.
But there are still wanted posters everywhere.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. We haven't had time to take them down yet.
Well, that's still great news. Right, Jude?
Yeah.
I've been meaning to ask you, Doc. What happened to that tall guy who was with you before? You know, the one who knocked me down on the pier.
You mean Alvin? He's... well...
I knew that had to be Alvin.
You know him?
Not personally, but my wife and I used to be close to the woman he lived with. Her name was Mink.
Mink?
She's a real beauty. She wears glasses and always carries a book around. You don't know her?
Do you mean Pressa?
Maybe. I'm sure Mink wasn't her real name. That's why I wanted to talk to Alvin, you see. To make sure he knew her real identity.
What do you mean?
We received some intel that said she was actually a spy. One of the rats.
What's that?
They're spies from one of the Azul clans.
Exactly. Mink made friends with a lot of Rashagal nobles and military officers and pumped them for secrets. If you see Alvin, could you tell him that? I think he has a right to know. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm late for my appointment.
What should we do?
I don't know.
If it's something Pressa didn't want him to know, then I don't think we should tell him. I mean, if even Alvin couldn't figure it out, she must have really wanted that secret kept.
That's true. Well, if you feel that strongly about it, I guess we can keep her secret.
His Highness is already aboard. We will depart soon.
Excuse me.
I presume you wish to ask about Zhao.
Yes. Do you know why he protected me during the battle?
Perhaps he sought to make amends for his past crimes.
But he ended up dying as a result.
There are some who believe that nothing is more important than survival, but priorities change. Life starts to lose purpose when you've gone astray. Sometimes the only means to make amends for one's actions in life is to die.
I don't really understand.
Nor should you. You should focus instead on enjoying what you have.
How do I do that?
That's for you to find out. Zhao's greatest wish was for you to find happiness in life. Of that I am certain.
Okay, I'll find a way.
That will put Zhao at peace.
If I may.
Full of questions today, aren't we? Let me guess. Is it about His Highness?
What are Gaius's plans for Riza Maxia?
No doubt His Highness will one day unite this world. That should tell you what you want to know.
Thank you for your time.
What is it?
It's nothing. Shall we move onward?
I see. All that time, she was just bait.
That's why I want to meet the real Maxwell. To find out the truth.
He'd most likely reside in the spirit realm.
But does such a place even exist?
And even if it did, we have no means of getting there.
Indeed, it's little more than a legend. But we know for a fact that spirits exist. So it follows that they must reside somewhere. Likewise, a path to their realm must also exist.
Hey, what about Nia Khera? Don't they call that place the Village of the Spirits?
You have a point. It lies near a mountain known as the Holomont. Perhaps you might find a clue there.
Well, what are we waiting for? Let's check it out.
Don't get too excited. This ship isn't turning around before we reach the Lance of Kresnik.
Really? Come on, who cares about that stupid lance?
Gaius, earlier you spoke of stopping the Otherworld reactor plan. I suspect you're planning to invade Olympias using the Lance of Kresnik.
It is for the good of Riza Maxia.
Hold on. You would need massive amounts of mana to use the lance.
I understand. I do not wish to sacrifice humans or spirits.
Then maybe we don't have to use it.
The reality is, someone must.
Are you trying to finish what Mila started?
I never put it into that perspective. But inevitably, yes. That is what I'm doing. No one has ever made such a strong impression on me.
Then we also need to consider the fate of Olympias.
You're worried about them? At a time like this? They were willing to sacrifice every human and spirit life in Riza Maxia.
Why does one side have to suffer for the sake of the other? That doesn't sit well with me. It wouldn't sit well with her either. She would destroy the schism and save everyone. That's what I want to do.
I'm surprised to hear such words from you. Are you trying to repay her for what she's done for you?
Yes.
You've grown strong. Jude, join me and...
Your Highness, we've nearly arrived. The salvage operation needs your attention.
Very well.
Gaius?
Jude.
Yeah. After this, I bet that they'll rebuild the lance back at the laboratory.
So then, you were listening to me.
What's happening out there?
Incoming from the southeast! It's her!
Time to clean up. I'll slaughter every last one of you.
Muse, stop this right now!
They live? I should have known better than to trust that rogue. I'll deal with him later. But first...